This is filling in a gap in our resource in the South Pit area. But as I said, that high-grade intercept is something we want to tie back to the Joss area, where we've got now a kilometer of strike with an average just under 8 grams in the high-grade core of that deposit. So this is looking pretty interesting.
Hello, welcome to Assay TV. Today I'm joined once again by Hugh Agro, who is President and CEO of Revival Gold. Hugh, welcome back to Assay TV. We're talking once again about the Beartrack-Arnett Gold project there in Idaho, where you're working hard to expand your 4 million ounce indicated and inferred resource that you announced earlier this year. You've just released the results from another hole, hole 243. Tell us a little bit about what you found there.
Yes, indeed. Continuing to grow on the deposit here. Focus of our drilling in the earlier part of the year was in the Joss area, what we call Joss. We're now in a new area, the South Pit area, where we have an existing resource, but we've been drilling to the side of that, to the south end of that. And we had another big intercept here, 47 meters of 2 grams, with a high-grade splay fault of 2.9 meters, grading almost 8 grams per ton gold. So this is similar high grades that we're seeing in the Joss area to the south, another 1.2 kilometers.
So how do those grades compare with the sort of cutoff grade you used for your resource estimate?
Yeah, about 0.55, almost 0.6 grams per ton gold in the cutoff for the open pit mill resource. So about 3 times the cutoff grade in the open pit mill resource. And of course, our underground is a little bit higher grade for the cutoff at about 2 grams per ton gold. And so this 8-gram sample is over 2.9 meters is very interesting from that point of view. It's open. We haven't hit the end of it. And now we're going to be focusing in on trying to fill that gap between the Joss area, which I mentioned is to the south, and what we're intersecting here in the South Pit zone. And we've got a hole coming from that here probably before year end, possibly in early January.
Absolutely. So this latest hole and these latest results, these latest intersections outside the current block model. So opportunities to increase your resource from this intersection, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. This is filling in a gap in our resource in the South Pit area. But as I said, that high-grade intercept is something we want to tie back to the Joss area, where we've got now a kilometer of strike with an average just under 8 grams in the high-grade core of that deposit. So this is looking pretty interesting and extending our exploration potential in that high grade.
And I mean, are you seeing similarities between the mineralization between this hole and the Joss zone? Yeah, there's some consistencies there.
Yeah, certainly in terms of the grade tenor, which is very favorable. But this is a splay fault that we're seeing in the South Pit area. We do see these elsewhere in the deposit. We haven't tied them together yet. We haven't got the density of drilling yet to tie them together. But it's very prospective for us, and especially as we start to contemplate an underground phase to the project at Beartrack.
And as you mentioned, your next hole, hole 244, results expected later in December, yeah?
Yes, we'll get that late December, early January timeframe, and we're very excited about that because, of course, that starts to tie together that minimally drilled area between South Pit and Joss at Beartrack. Again, 1.2 kilometers of strike between the two, and this one's to the northern end of that, but will help us fill in the picture in between.
So and as we head into 2023, what are your plans for filling in some of these gaps with more holes?
Yes, well, we've got some drilling still to come from 22, not just 244 in the Joss area, but also we've got 18 drill holes to come from our satellite deposit at Haiti, where we've got oxide mineralization all close to surface. So we'll get those results out in the January, February timeframe, and then we'll start sorting through plans for next year. deposits are open in all directions, so we will indefinitely be wanting to get back and do some more drilling in 23. The big highlight for 23, though, is we'll complete the PFS. It's the preliminary feasibility study on the heap leach phase. That's expected mid-year. So lots on the go, and lots of milestones ahead.
I mean, it's been a bit of a slightly tough year for gold equities across the board, with the gold price, not doing that much. But in terms of your sort of shareholders, they're staying pretty supportive. I see you had your AGM recently. How did that go?
Yeah, look, it was smooth sailing. We had very good participation, and all of our board slates and initiatives were voted in very strongly. So this is a good sign, good support from our shareholder base. As you say, it's a strong shareholder base, about 40% institutionally held, and the key institutions look to Glass Lewis and ISS for their recommendations, all in favor of our proposals for the AGM this year. And so, as I said, smooth sailing, very supportive for the team and for the initiatives and the results we've been delivering. Excellent.
And your sort of thoughts on the gold price as we go into towards the end of the year, and the dollar looks to maybe start to weaken?
Yeah, we're in that seasonal period when equities tend to be a little softer. We go into the new year, of course. That's when we get seasonal strength in the gold price. Generally, the buying that comes into the market around that time, the January, February, March timeframe, and so we're looking forward to 2023 and excited about the potential for Beartrack-Arnett.
Absolutely. Well, a strong result to finish the year there, and look forward to hearing about your results as they come out in January. But thank you very much for joining us today for this update, Hugh Agro of Revival Gold.
Thank you.